If I'm Dak Prescott, I think what's best for him is leaving the Cowboys after this season and going somewhere else. I think he's better served leaving Dallas and going to another team than signing an extension and staying with the Cowboys long term. Here's why. I think Dak, I don't think he's a Super Bowl quarterback. I think he deserves better in the sense that I think he deserves a team that truly loves him, that appreciates him being their quarterback. Because I don't get that sense whatsoever from the Dallas Cowboys that they appreciate Dak Prescott being their quarterback. And I think partly that is what is leading to his struggles in the playoffs. I'm not trying to be a Dak apologist. Again, I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But if I was in Dak Prescott's shoes, I would want a team that would fully embrace me. You can't say that the Cowboys embraced Dak Prescott. Because again, number one, they made him a few years ago play out that franchise tag year. Really made the negotiations public and dragged out till they finally gave him a contract extension that Dak signed. And now here we are again, where you're going to the last year of a deal. The contract is really so far getting no momentum. And if you're Dak, do you want to continue dealing with all the headlines and BS every single year, or do you want to just focus on football? Because as long as you're a member of the Dallas Cowboys, the headlines and the BS is always going to surround you. Because your owner, Jerry Jones, loves the headlines more than he loves the wins. Simple fact. Jerry is always running his mouth. He is always talking. He's always making promises he can't keep. This year, for example, what was his big slogan after they lost to the Packers at home? This year we're going all in. All in this offseason, make sure we can win a Super Bowl. And what have they done by, quote-unquote, going all in? Lose free agents, lose Dan Quinn, and make no upgrades around the team whatsoever. The big upgrade or the big signing, Ezekiel Elliott? Come on. Jerry says one thing and does another every single time. So if you're Dak, do you want to constantly have to answer for your owner? Do you want to have to constantly answer for the stupid things he says every single week? Or do you want to just focus on football? If I'm Dak, I would be sick and tired of having to answer for Jerry. That's what his goal is, or what his job is. Answer for Jerry first, then play quarterback of the Cowboys second. Jerry's always manipulating the headlines to get the Cowboys in the news. Here's the latest example is perfect here for you. It happened this week. So we played this before, just in case you forgot it. Dak Prescott this week was asked about his contract situation again because he's going to the last year of his deal again, and there's no momentum for a deal getting done anytime soon, it seems like. So Dak Prescott, during OTAs, had this little line he dropped.
I don't play for money.
I don't play for money. A lot of headlines, right? That's right there in and of itself. What do the Dallas Cowboys decide to do? Let's just take a quick look at their official YouTube page. Dallas Cowboys YouTube page, where they post a lot of their interviews from the season. You know, Brandon Cooks, for example, the headline on his interview with the media, valuable reps, talking about, how he's getting some good practice in. Eric Kendricks, new signee this offseason by the Cowboys. Headline, I'm really excited. Dak Prescott, who met with the media for 10 minutes and dropped again this big line.
I don't play for money.
Headline for Dak Prescott's media availability. I don't play for money. You know why that is, to me, telling? Because Jerry is going to be using that line with Dak's agent all summer long. This is going to be another, I don't want to say ugly, but another one of those tension-filled negotiations where it almost feels like Jerry's begrudgingly giving his quarterback an extension. So if you're Dak, do you want to feel like your owner, here, just take it and get out of here, like he's unappreciative? Or do you want to go to a team that would be happy to have you? You dealt with this since 2016. Jerry's not changing. I'd argue he's getting worse in terms of what he says publicly. If I'm Dak, I think the best thing for his career, play out this year in Dallas. They can't franchise tag you. Leave for nothing. And oh yeah, by the way, with the way you worded your contract, You leave, even if you're not on the roster next year, a $40 million dead cap hit on Dallas' salary cap next year. That, to me, I think is what's best for Dak Prescott. Leave the Cowboys, get away from the distractions, and go to a team that actually would appreciate you. You just look at it from this perspective, Dak's perspective. He is going to get money. Again, I don't think he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. We just saw Kirk Cousins, though, get, 4 years, like $180 million from the Falcons, whatever it was, before they decided to draft Michael Penix Jr. But that's a guy that is similar to Dak, where his regular season success and postseason success do not match. Big drop-off with Kirk, big drop-off with Dak as well. Yet, Kirk still got a boatload of money from the Falcons. If Dak is on the free agent market next year, he is going to have a lot of bidders. There's going to be a lot of teams interested. He is going to get his money. So if you're Dak, it's not about the money. You're going to be rich. You're going to be, no doubt about it, a top 5, conservatively, top 5 highest paid quarterback going into 2025. The only question is for who? And so if the money's going to be there, whether it's in Dallas or anywhere else, wouldn't you want to cut out the distractions? Wouldn't you want to get the money and be able just to focus on football and not have to answer for your owner? I would if I was Dak, which is why I think what's best for his career is to leave Dallas, leave the distractions behind, leave Jerry, and go somewhere where it's all about football.